Hello, it's Friday. Thank goodness. So for Friday, we have Man Up Friday. And if you don't know what Man Up Friday is, this is a big compliment to the live show that Ladies Go Live hosts every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And we like to get the male perspective. We like to bring our men on into the Ladies Go Live community and welcome them to give us their side of the story, because there are amazing men live streamers out there, and we couldn't do what we do without a ton of men behind us. So I want to welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for spending a little time very early, in my opinion, because I'm a late night person. I'm a night owl. So thank you so much for coming out. I want to hit this big in the beginning, right? We have literally 1 week, literally and figuratively, depending on whatever school of thought of English you subscribe to. 1 week before our live summit comes to head, and that is August 25th. All day long, we're having this amazing opportunity for you, man, woman, child, puppet, penguin, since we're still looking for a live streamer from Antarctica, to come out, watch us virtually, hear the amazing conversations from women all over the globe, talk about how they're doing live streaming and the 4 pillars that we're working on: that inspiration, that creativity, that philanthropy, and that business angle. So we're really excited about it. Please go get your tickets at www.ladiesgolive.com. It's free. It's free. We're putting this on to share some amazing content with you, and we're really excited about it. So today for Man Up Friday, I have a very, very special guest. I actually have 2 guests. Lottie, who you know is the Ladies Go Live crew. I swear, I'm building up to the best.
With the guests.
With the guests. So we first have Lottie. This is the first time she's come on to Man Up Friday, but we're so excited about our big guest here. Is Dan Ram. I am Dan Ram. I'm not going to even try to butcher your last name because it's amazing. It's awesome.
Dan Ramamoorthy.
Thank you. There he is. There's Dan.
He went to school in America, has lived in 10 countries, travels all over the world.
This is her introduction. Jen,
So if you don't know, guys, this is Dan. Dan is amazing. We had a show over on Lottie's channel, Press Play Presentations. So we've all kind of gotten to know each other behind the scenes. But Dan is an entrepreneur. He's an artist. He's a keynote speaker. He's met Richard Branson. I mean, how much more street cred do you need? Right? So I'm very excited to share what he does as a live streamer, as a video creator, as an artist, as an entrepreneur, as a speaker. He's already put me on the spot, so I'm going to enjoy putting him on the spot here for Man Up Friday. So Dan, I would love it if you would take just a minute and give the Ladies Go Live audience a chance to get to know you beyond what we've already talked about you.
First of all, I'm absolutely terrified to be in this amazing collection and collective of women from around the world who are watching. Second, I'm excited and grateful for the opportunity, so thank you for having me. Who I am, my name is Daniel Ramamoorthy. I go by Dan Ram for short because no one can really say the last name, plus it's kind of got a rhyme to it. I am an igniter. What I'm really good at is starting stuff. Whether it's conversations through creating content, whether it's companies, I've got quite a few startups that I've built, whether it's helping other people in their businesses. I have a goal every year to help 100 people build their own businesses. So igniting their own passions or igniting their own dreams or ideas into reality, whether investing in businesses, whether it's speaking around the world. What I'm really good at is starting stuff. So for anyone who's feeling stuck, for anyone who's feeling a little bit lost, for anyone who just needs a little bit of direction, that is where I come in, and I think I'm really good at it, and most importantly, I love it and I enjoy it. So there's quite a few titles that I have. The titles don't matter. What matters is that I'm here for you right now, and you've got my attention and my time, so let's make the most of it.
Yeah, Dan is quite amazing. It really focusing in on you and the moment here. So if you guys have questions, that's amazing. Please share it. I can see it. And I'll be able to pass them right on to Dan. Please share this out as well. Like this opportunity right now, reaching out to somebody, number one, outside of your normal live streaming community, outside of your normal comfort zone with Dan because of his experience and who he's met is just an amazing opportunity right there. I'm always trying to find ways to talk with somebody that is not in my immediate circle so I can gain some perspective. I love that. So today's show for Man Up Friday, the topic is I've gone live. What now? What do I do now? How do you optimize? How do you maximize? How do you focus on what you need to focus on to get that content to the right places? And Dan, I'm going to give you a second to kind of comment on that statement. I've gone live. Now what?
Okay, good. So I would take it back to one step before that. Who are you? That's a really, really, really difficult question to answer. But I think video should be an extension of who you normally are. Otherwise, it's acting. Otherwise, it's pretending. And I think people are tired of that, right? We've got our movies. That's not what they want when you go live. What they want is to have a direct connection with you. So focus on who you are. The better you know yourself. So my energy on camera is my energy down the street. And I am actually often quite underwhelmed when I meet superstars, right? So if you stalk me, you'll see lots of great pictures of me meeting people. What you don't get is my usual disappointment besides the photo op, because often they don't live up to their brand. Often our brands are much bigger than who we are. So I don't profess to know or to help people in stuff that I haven't done myself. I don't have more or less energy than I have in my normal life. So to me, video should be a seamless extension of who you are. So start with who are you? What is your brand? What is your value? What is your energy? What excites you? What doesn't excite you? Once you can answer those questions, I think the video content comes quite easily. So for me, I like asking questions. So there are very few videos, whether it is produced in the studio with my team, whether it's me on my Snapchat or Instagram, whether it's a thought. Even my last Facebook status was a question. It wasn't a proclamation or an announcement. It was a question. It is an extension of who I am. I ask questions. If I'm sitting in the pews of a church, I ask questions. You're not supposed to ask questions in church. I'm the guy who does. Whether it's in the classroom, I ask questions. Whether it's at a conference, I'm the guy who raises a hand and asks a question. That is something that's really important to me in creating conversation, is asking questions. The second thing is, for me, I am about other people. I have less interest in talking about myself. If you want to know about me, find me online. But I'm more interested in knowing the audience, who they are. So again, if you watch my Instagram, you watch my Snapchat, and if more important, you watch the comment section. So not only when you go live, but when you publish it, then I respond to all the comments. You can go through my videos and you will see, as much as is humanly possible, I'll respond to people. Now, on Snapchat and stuff, I have a huge, huge following. I respond 100% of the time to every single person who writes to me. So this is true to my brand. But this is not a this is not a strategy for you. That's not who you are. Because there are some people who are very successful online who do not communicate with their audience because it's not who they are in normal life. And you wouldn't expect that. But what you'd expect with me is if you see me in a shopping center and you say hi to me, expect me to talk to you, because that's what I do online and that's what I do offline as well. So I would take your question, great question, Jen, as to like, you go live, what do you do? Before you go live, think about who you are, think about what you bring to the conversation, and let it feel like it's just an extension. Treat the camera like a human. How would you actually talk to a real human? In my opinion, this is the best way to do a video. Please do not go and take classes to become someone that you're not. Don't put on a face, don't put on a facade. That is not, in my opinion, what people are looking for. When they're connecting on your channel, especially on a social network like Facebook, they're not connecting with a persona, they're connecting with you. With the whole thing that's going on in the US, one of my favorite live videos was Brené Brown, and she is amazing, and she talks a lot of amazing stuff about empathy and all of that. We watch her TED Talks, and when I was watching her live video, I wasn't interested in seeing a production. I wasn't interested in a presentation. I want to know, who did the woman that I admire so much and care about so much, what was her actual views on it? It's just her sitting in a chair like we're all doing right now and talking to the camera. So that is my, that just went on forever. I'm sorry about that, Jen. There you go. Those are my thoughts.
Jen, I'm here in the room. I'm here in the room actually sitting next to Dan, as well as actually being on virtual with him. And I can attest, When you do see him in the shopping centre, he is exactly like this. And that's always the key thing that we're always talking about with Confidence on Camera, is being the real you, true to you, but the best you. Bring the best you that you can on screen. Now, I want to just jump in and ask a question if I can, Jen. Thank you very much. Because we're talking about repurposing, one of the questions that, because we're global here, and Dan, you've, as your bio said, lived in 10 different countries all around the world. So you've had a massive cultural input in both your upbringing, your education, the businesses that you've worked with, the people that you've worked with and connected with all around the world. So when we are going live culturally, what do you think we need to be aware of when we're trying to connect from west to east and east to west and north and south and all beyond?
I have a few contradicting views on this, and I somehow managed to hold them all in tension together. So I'm just going to throw these at you. You decide which ones are valuable. First, I make no excuses. I am not brown. I'm not Indian. I'm not male. I'm not 31. These are labels that people put on me, right? I am me. And that is all people are looking for. So I don't allow, even in my, like, I look Indian, but I don't sound Indian, right? And I'm an entrepreneur, but I don't really dress like an entrepreneur. I live in Ireland, but I don't have Irish culture. Like, so to me, I don't really care for how people might perceive me. That's one viewpoint, is just be comfortable in your own skin. And that's probably what people will connect with the best, rather than the label, the title that you bring to the conversation. Here's the other contradicting, so the contradicting point of view is, I am sensitive to the other person, even in small ways. My brand color is red, and I was going to wear a red shirt, but I know that Lottie likes wearing orange, and I knew we were going to be in the same room. So I thought it wouldn't really be appropriate for someone to be wearing very bright orange and very bright red together. That's just a little bit of sensitivity, a little bit of planning ahead of time. I was like, okay, so black, white, and red are my colors. I'll wear a black and white shirt. Now, I'm also aware that black and white, especially stripes, don't show up well on camera. But I couldn't find a solid black shirt, so this is why I'm wearing this.
Wide enough stripes, Dan. Wide enough stripes. They're all right.
There we go. So so one is make no excuses for yourself. But the second view to that is, do be sensitive to the other person. Do care about how they might be perceiving and understanding it. But still, don't adapt so much to the point that you lose who you are. So that's one viewpoint as to how to deal with cultures. Third viewpoint, oh, here we go. We got some red now. So now you're wearing my brand color. Nice. The third piece here is really, I think the more that you listen is probably will put you in a better position. I think a lot of us come from a position of wanting to speak, especially on camera. So I think spend a little bit of time, like even initially when I sat down, I spent a lot of time just reading body language between Jen and Lottie and Jonathan, and just trying to figure out, okay, how is this going to work? And figure out where my own energy is going to fit in. Now, here's the truth. If Lottie and Jen did not have enough information, enough energy, I would actually provide more energy into the conversation. But the two of them have so much energy going on that I am trying to balance that a little bit. So some of it is just being able to listen and watch. I think that actually really helps you in conversation, especially if there's someone that you don't recognize culturally or you have very little in common with them. Spend a little bit of time just watching them and seeing how they read, how to read their body language. So that's another view as well about it. But my final point on this is the more you interact with people who are different from you, the better you get at it. So this isn't one of those things where you lock yourself in a room and read books about it. This is where you go out there, make some mistakes, make some blunders, show a lot of humility when you do, and just really try your best to connect with people. Difference is fantastic, so embrace it, connect with it.
And by the way, folks, yes, this is Dan being low energy. I'd hate to see him when he's on 200 miles an hour like Zeph said, or like us when we normally are.
Yeah.
If that was low energy, folks.
If you want to see proper energy, so there's a lot of girlfriends in particular, not mine, but other people's girlfriends who are really frustrated with their men because they're usually in bed, hating waking up. I'm usually wide awake even before the alarm goes off. Cannot wait to start the day. And so every morning while I'm in bed, I do this, what's going on, what's going on, what's going on? This is Dan Brown, it's good to see you. And that's the energy. And that's what a lot of girlfriends and wives hear every morning is like, why do we hear Dan every morning? So I went to the US, I was in Texas, a part of Texas I've never been to. And this girl comes up to me and she's like, I know that voice. I hear it every single morning. I'm like, what? What do you mean? It's like my boyfriend every morning. That's his alarm. He's just your energy. But that's because I know my audience at that time of the morning are not excited about the morning. And so I bring that for them. But, you know, like my Snapchat about this on the way out will be a little bit more reflective. You know, what did I learn from this experience and such? So just, yeah.
Yeah, and if you didn't know,
relevant to the situation. Sorry, Jeff, you were about to say.
No, it's okay. No, and if you didn't know, Dan's on Snapchat, Dan's on Facebook, Dan's on YouTube, Dan's on Twitter. Dan kind of is everywhere, and that's the amazing perspective that he brings to this discussion. He's gone live on all these different platforms, and I really value your. And I'm trying to listen to what you have to say. That's one of the things that I really try hard to do. I like when guests are talking, especially for this show, because I'm learning something. I really like that you said very simply. You're very good at saying things very simply, as I've learned just over the last hour of meeting you. Treat your camera like a human. And that gives you such a rounded perspective on what to do and how to react to your live stream after you're done going live. On Monday's show, we talked about the one thing is engagement, putting things, having that conversation with people afterwards. Don't let it die as soon as you're done going live. Go back through the chat and have another conversation. Some of the best relationships are cemented afterwards. And live stream, like especially on Facebook, not so much on Periscope, but on Facebook and on YouTube, those comments live. Right? They're sitting there, and that's an opportunity for you to connect with your audience and to reinforce what Dan says, treating your camera like a human and making sure people feel that connected. So I think that's a really amazing tip that you shared there, what to do after you go live.
Jen, can I just add into that as well, because I know already there have been conversations happening, whether it's between speakers, but whether it's between people who've registered for the free event. Remember, it's going to be free on the Friday, live on the day. So the conversations that are happening, people are already connecting and sharing amazing stories and experiences and heartache and joy around the world together. It has already been happening over the last few weeks. So book your tickets now, folks. Right, Jen, last word over to you, and maybe we can get a last word from Dan with a final tip.
I've learned with Dan already in the last hour that I've known him. He's amazing. He's a thinker. He listens to what you have to say, and he will turn it around and make you think before you know it. So I'm going to leave this one to him, and I'm trying to leave the questions so that Dan has a breath of room. But if you could share one tip, one very important tip, Dan, what to do with that content after you go live, assuming that people are going to engage and follow through and go back through the comments, what would it be, Dan? What would you suggest people do after they go live as one major tip, one major method tip?
Okay. Good question. I think my major takeaway in this very short time that I've been doing video but really, really enjoying it is, for me, the phone and video is not a sales tool, it's not a branding tool, it's not a PR tool. It's a gateway to see and meet people, right? And this is just one means. It's just like, I don't go to Starbucks for the coffee. I go to Starbucks for the conversations that happen with whoever I'm sitting across the table. I don't go to tech conferences because the microphones are nice or because the chairs feel good to sit on. I go because the person next to me could be my next co-founder or might be inspired by someone on the other side. And I value every single person that comes across my path. I don't care how experienced or inexperienced, how young or old, how good looking or ugly they might be. Obviously, beauty's an eye of the beholder, we get that. But it doesn't matter what they bring to the table, they're human. And I treat them as such. And I think for me and for you guys is the challenge of when you go live, realize you're talking to real people with real hearts, real purpose, real visions, real meaning to their life. Find a way to connect with that at a human level. The video is just a gateway. It's a tool to do that. And for me, it doesn't matter if it is a story that I'm creating, which is raw and on my phone, whether it is something that my team is putting together every week. I do these like 60-second thought of the week. And this is what the guys were referring to earlier about, are you a fox or are you a hedgehog? It's just a thought. Which one are you? So it doesn't matter if it's being produced by a team. It doesn't matter if it's being repurposed. That's a word that's been used. I'm guessing some of you are familiar with that. So even if it's old content, to me, it's not about the tools or the resources, the style. It's about the fact that you are watching this video right now. And I want to know who you are and why are you watching this and how can I help you? So for Jen and the team and for everyone else as well, and for any of you who are watching, real people on the other side. These are real lives. And video has the amazing power to make an actual difference. You can change, and I have seen this over and over again. You can literally transform and change lives via video. So realize that, that tool is in your fingertip. And if you're not using it, besides watching it right now, you're wasting an opportunity to change someone's life, especially your own. And I put that at the forefront of everything that I create as I go, this is life-changing stuff. This isn't just a video or a live stream. This is someone's life being impacted. This is someone learning. This is someone gaining. This is someone better than they were 5 minutes ago because they came in, and even if they didn't hear a word, they saw the energy of people who care and love each other and are encouraging each other in lives, and they're feeding off of the energy, and they feel inspired to take that next step. So to me, it's about connect with the human on the other side, and that's always been my story, always will be my story. And I think stuff like this go live and the summit next week, make another plug from my end about it. That is the power of the summit. It's not to watch 30 speakers. It's not because you can just watch your screens, because these are real people who are giving their time to help you and to be a part of your lives and to make a change. And so engage, be a part of the conversation.
I think I need to weekly hear from you, Dan. Just weekly, I need to hear from you, and I need to watch your Snapchats more dedicated and more religiously, because I need that. Sometimes I forget in all of the things that we're doing and the busy lives that we're living and the clients we're trying to help, we forget that there really is somebody on the other end of that, and that where you think that you may be sharing your struggles and trying to help yourself along the way, that it's really impacting somebody's life. So I love your message. And it really hits to the core of everything. So thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having me. And like I said, both absolutely terrified. I think I've survived it though, so I'm delighted, as well as really, really grateful. Yeah. But thank you so much. If there's ways I can help any of you, let me know, especially in the social media space. Here's a shameless plug. I'm off to see Casey Neistat right now. Casey Neistat is probably one of the biggest YouTubers in the world, and we're going to have a chat on Google right now, so that's where I need to run off to. So if it's social media stuff, but even more than that, social media, like I said, is a tool. Yeah. I really want to connect with you. So if there are people here who've got ideas that they want to see to reality, if you're watching, you're going, look, I feel a little bit stuck, or I've got some thoughts, I need help processing it, come talk to me. I'd love to be there. I'm a resource. I'm not just a guest onto the show. I'm a resource. So use me. I will respond to your emails. You heard
it from the horse's mouth. Use Dan.
He's not.
He called me a horse. He called me a horse as I walk out.
He's a fox, not a horse.
Man.
That's an expression. It's not calling anybody anything. Oh my goodness! Look at this. Let's blame it on the barrier between Americans and the Europeans. Let's blame it on that barrier. All right. So I just want to wrap this up. Thank you so much, Dan. We've loved chatting with you. I think my life has changed in this last hour or so. You're an amazing person, and I've loved having this chat. Just a quick shout out for everybody. Thank you for coming by, Barb. Thank you very much, Tina. Thank you to all the people that came by on Periscope. We appreciate your time today, and I think if anything else, that you've been inspired as much as I am, because Dan gives an amazing perspective that we all need every once in a while. Don't forget to get your free virtual pass tickets, summit, all of the things of ladiesgolive.com. Like, I'm just throwing words out there because I'm just excited.
Ladies Go Live, August 25. Ladies Go Live, August 25. Woo-hoo!
She's ready. She's ready to pick it for Ladies Go Live on August 25th. 1 week away. Free virtual tickets at ladiesgolive.com. We will see you back here Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern I think we're about ready to pull this all together on that show and really get things ramped up, excited, because by then we'll have 5 days until the summit. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you on Monday.
Thanks, Jen.
Bye.